Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking a second to watch our Lucas transition guide. This is in effort to minimize the pause times that we're seeing across the county when we're placing our Lucas devices. And as these continue to move onto the trucks and become a presence for all of our paramedics, all of our first responders in the county, we want to give you a guide as to placing the Lucas device with the minimal amount of pause possible. When you change someone doing CPR compressions manually on a scene, there's no device to clip, there's no planning. Firefighter A has to back up while paramedic B resumes compressions. That's a pretty easy process. But when we introduce a piece of equipment and we're combining that piece of equipment with an AED giving us directions, we have to be clean, calculated, and precise with good planning and good communication, closed loop, to get the pads on, to get the iGel in, to get compression started, and nothing can compromise our compressions. We have to have the minimal amount of pause possible because we know without a shadow of a doubt, that's how we get neuro-intact survival from cardiac arrest with good pit crew CPR. As you can see, rule number one for our pit crew CPR across the county is nothing compromises compressions. Teamwork and communication are key. As you can see, when the first pad was placed, it was timed with the team member doing compressions to minimize that pause and make it as brief and as quick as possible.
Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient.
At this stopping point, we can see that the AED thought process, the AED decision process, can be the perfect time for us to prep. We have the Lucas partially assembled, ready to slide under the patient. This makes for a natural stopping point for us to pulse check and to place the Lucas as quickly as possible.
Shock advised. Charging. Stay clear of patient. Deliver shock now. Press the orange button now. Shock delivered. Pause. Begin CPR.
In the last portion of the video here, you can see that we continued to use the AED as our decision point and our time period with which to get that Lucas restarted. Once the AED tells us shock or no shock, either way, we restart or begin the Lucas compressions. We absolutely can shock through CPR. The entire package here is to minimize our pause times, because if we are prolonging pause times by placing the Lucas device, we're putting the patients at risk, we're decreasing their chance of neuro-intact survival. So timed, communicated, teamwork, pause minimization is the key. If we practice this and you watch the seamless transitions here in the video, let that be a guide for us out in the field. Obviously, that's a sterile condition in a hallway here in the MCHD administration building, and we know that out in your worlds you run into situations that are much more difficult than this. But we can do this. We can make this Lucas transition seamless with short pauses and increase our CPR survival rates across the county.
Shock advised. Charging. Stay clear of patient. Deliver shock now. Press the orange button now. Shock delivered. Pause. Begin CPR.